Sister Wives Season 19 Episode 24 Recap and Review. Dove # Episode Title, Blessed Are Those Who Mourn. Season 19, Episode 24 of Sister Wives presents one of the most emotionally charged episodes in the entire series. This chapter is centered around the family's shared grief following the tragic passing of Garrison Brown, Janelle and Kody's son. The episode brings forth deep conversations, personal vulnerability, symbolic memorials, and controversial tonal shifts that sparked a wide range of viewer reactions. Herb opening, quiet reflections and raw emotion. The episode opens with Janelle and Savannah visiting the Flagstaff Humane Society, where a plaque has been dedicated in honor of Garrison. This isn't just a prop or ceremonial gesture, it's a genuine tribute to Garrison's compassion and his connection to animals. Savannah, quiet but visibly moved, looks at the plaque, and Janelle tries to hold herself together while talking about Garrison's love for volunteering. Their bond is tender and the weight of their loss is felt in every frame. One of the cats in the shelter, named Catthew, becomes a small yet powerful part of the story. Garrison had spent time with him, and Catthew's presence offers a subtle yet powerful metaphor about memory, legacy, and healing. What's profound here is that grief isn't presented as loud sobbing or dramatic monologues, it's in the silence, the glances, and the whispered "he loved it here" that reveal how deeply Garrison's absence has affected his family. Automobile journey to Wyoming, contrasts and conflicts. The episode then transitions to the family preparing for a memorial trip to Wyoming. Kody and Robyn travel first, with Christine, Janelle, Meri, and their children following later. This portion of the episode becomes somewhat polarizing. While the intent was clearly to document a family traveling to say goodbye, the tone of these scenes varies drastically. Kody and Robyn are seen smiling, talking about the scenery, and even engaging in activities that seem out of place in the context of mourning. Viewers have expressed discomfort, noting that their demeanor came off as vacation-like. The contrast between the subdued, heartfelt energy of Janelle and Christine and the more upbeat tone of Kody and Robyn's scenes creates an emotional dissonance. Critics argue this tonal shift undercuts the sincerity of the episode's focus on grief. Tree planting. The willow tree, a living memorial. One of the most memorable parts of this episode is the planting of a black willow tree named Sedona Midnight. This isn't just a symbolic act, it's a ritual of remembrance. Christine speaks about how the tree represents life, memory, and healing. The family plants the tree near the burial site, and as they place the soil and water it together, there's a sense of unity rarely seen in recent seasons. David, Christine's fiancé, steps in quietly but meaningfully. His support of Christine during this time shows how new relationships can offer healing, not erasure. Christine shares stories about Garrison's humor and intelligence. She talks about the small things, his favorite movies, his terrible puns, and his protective nature toward his siblings. Janelle chimes in with stories of Garrison's practical jokes, while Meri reflects on watching him grow up. These moments remind viewers that Garrison wasn't just a name, they bring him to life through memories. Broken Heart. David's heartbreaking confession. In one of the most emotional moments of the episode, David speaks about his past. He reveals that he still carries guilt from when his own wife passed away. He expresses that he felt he failed his children by not knowing how to process his own grief at the time. This moment resonates deeply not only because David is opening up in front of a relatively new extended family, but because his words touch something universal. Grief is often silent and isolating. His vulnerability allows for healing not only within the episode but also for viewers who've experienced similar losses. Paw prints. Garrison's legacy with the shelter. Back at the Flagstaff Humane Society, the impact of Garrison's memory becomes clear. The shelter director mentions that donations in Garrison's name have helped fund adoptions for dozens of cats. Catthew, the beloved cat he once took care of, is shown playing around in the shelter. Savannah smiles through tears. Janelle expresses gratitude, saying Garrison would have been proud. These moments elevate the episode from being just about mourning, they highlight how lives can continue to create goodness even after loss. Garrison's love for animals, his kindness, and his volunteer work inspired real change, and this aspect of his legacy is celebrated gracefully. Scales. Kody and Robyn, disconnect in grief. The episode tries to showcase Kody and Robyn's grief, but viewers find it hard to connect with their portrayal. Kody makes an effort to express sorrow, but his scenes often fall short due to a perceived lack of depth. Robyn is shown holding back tears, and while her emotions seem genuine, they're often overshadowed by her attempts to intellectualize grief rather than just sit with it. Kody speaks more about his own pain than Garrison's life, and this self-focused narrative creates a wall between him and the audience. The difference in tone between Kody's segments and the rest of the family's raw, organic grief becomes a sticking point in reviews and fan forums. Many felt that his scenes could have benefited from more humility and less defensiveness. Family dynamics in grief. Christine, Janelle, and Meri come together in rare unity. While the three have had many differences over the years, this tragedy brings them to a shared space. They each talk about Garrison as their own, not just Janelle's child. They recall his growth from a curious toddler to a thoughtful young man. The montage of home videos shown throughout the episode, with soft background music and voiceovers, adds emotional weight and intimacy. It's these segments that truly define the episode, not the drama, not the tension, but the quiet acceptance of loss and the collective remembrance of someone who was deeply loved. Megaphone audience reactions. Across social media platforms, especially Reddit and fan forums, viewers had strong responses to the episode. Praise. This is the most real the show has felt in years. The plaque, the tree, the cat room. I cried through half of it. David's confession about his late wife hit me like a truck. That's a man still healing. Criticism. Why are Kody and Robyn acting like tourists? It's a memorial, not a road trip. The tone felt weird in parts. Like they couldn't decide if this was a goodbye or a travel episode. The producers should have cut out the light-hearted riding scenes. Totally out of place. Memo final thoughts. What worked? Emotional sincerity. Christine, Janelle, Meri, and David showed authentic emotion. Memorial symbolism. The tree planting, the plaque, the shelter donations, these all honored Garrison's legacy beautifully. Family unity. For one rare moment, the ex-sister wives stood together, mourning not as divided women, but as mothers. What didn't? Tonal imbalance. The shift between solemn moments and upbeat road trip scenes created confusion. Kody's narrative. Instead of focusing on Garrison's life, Kody seemed more centered on his own feelings and image. Pacing. The episode felt uneven in its flow, with certain scenes dragged out while emotional beats felt rushed. Medium white star rating, 8/10. Blessed Are Those Who Mourn is a powerful yet flawed episode. Its heart lies in the memory of Garrison, his kindness, his love for animals, and the impact he left behind. While it missteps in its portrayal of certain characters, especially in scenes that feel emotionally off, the episode succeeds in delivering a sincere and moving tribute. It's a difficult watch in many places, but also an essential one because it strips away the drama and exposes the raw, complicated process of grief. Through Catthew, through the willow tree, through Janelle's quiet resilience and Christine's honesty, Garrison remains a presence far beyond the screen.